In this case, the warning signs that contributed to pipeline failure were subtle. Corrosive water settling in low spots. Tiny imperfections in the steel wall becoming reaction sites. Debris and solids beginning to gather. No alarms. No visible damage. Just quiet deterioration, inch by inch. And then one day, the line gives out. Maybe it's a small leak. Maybe it's a blowout. Either way, the results are the same. A failure that costs millions, cleanup, downtime, regulatory fallout, and reputation damage. Maybe even environmental harm or community impact. The worst part? It could have been prevented. That's where this story takes a turn. Because now we've got tools that let us stay ahead of corrosion, not just respond to it after the damage is done. And leading that charge is something we call QIC Assess, alongside the Corrosion Management Plan for Internal Corrosion, or CMP-IC. Think of QIC Assess as a full-body diagnostic for your pipeline. It's not just looking for symptoms, it's building a complete internal risk profile based on real-world operating conditions. We're talking pressure, flow regime, fluid properties, temperature, terrain. It even evaluates how water behaves inside the line. It maps out the spots most vulnerable to corrosion, so you can act before problems show up in the field. Now here's where it gets operationally useful. QIC Assess feeds directly into the CMP-IC. That's your step-by-step mitigation plan. It turns data into action. It's not just some desktop analysis sitting in a binder. It's a field-ready playbook that tells your team exactly what to do. Let's say QIC flags a low-velocity segment with likely water dropout. The CMP-IC might recommend a custom pigging schedule to keep that segment clean, or a specific corrosion inhibitor program, dialed in for that exact fluid chemistry. Sometimes it's a small operational tweak, like adjusting flow rate or changing lift timing at the well pad. The point is, it's precise, it's actionable, and it's grounded in real conditions. Let me give you a real-world example. Picture a wet gas gathering line. Over time, water vapor condenses out of the gas stream and settles in dips and elbows. Those water pockets become hotspots for corrosion. QIC Assess models all of this. It predicts where water's going to collect, under what flow scenarios, at what rates, and for how long. Then the CMP-IC tells the ops team exactly how to handle it, how often to pig, what type of chemical to deploy, and even which injection points are most effective. And here's the kicker. The CMP-IC isn't a one-and-done document. It evolves. Pipelines aren't static. Production rates change. Fluid properties shift. New inspection data comes in. As those inputs change, so does the plan. That means your mitigation strategy stays aligned with reality, day to day, year to year. And it's not just about safety. It's about cost efficiency. Traditional integrity management often relies on scheduled inspections or conservative assumptions. That means spending money where you might have risk, just to be safe. QIC Assess flips that model. It lets you focus mitigation where the risk is real, reducing unnecessary digs, extending run times between inspections, and avoiding over-injection of expensive chemicals. Operators using this approach have reported integrity cost reductions up to 60% without compromising safety. In fact, safety improves because field actions are targeted, timely, and backed by data. So what's the takeaway? The pipeline in our story failed because no one saw the warning signs early enough. But with QIC Assess and CMP-IC, those signs aren't hidden anymore. We can see the risk before it turns into a failure. We can protect pipelines, the environment, the energy supply, and the communities that depend on all three. This is where pipeline integrity is headed: smarter, predictive, and field-connected. If you're working in operations, integrity, or field support, and you're tired of reactive fixes, emergency digs, or unexplained failures, this is your wake-up call. There's a better way, and it's already in motion. Thanks for listening today.